faded,
Zoom, woke,
coyote,
cancel
ratchet,
culture,
non-binary,
bubble,
COVIDiot,
digital blackface.
long hauler.
Words change. They mutate, morph, change tense, change meaning, and new words are created. Old words fall out of usage. Expressions that everyone is using this week may very well fall out of favor in a month. And a paragraph that made perfect sense 5 years ago might sound really strange now. Journey Writers presents Word of the Month. Original poetry, prose, essays, and commentaries written by Journey Writers members exploring our ever-changing language.
Journey Writers' Word of the Month is queer.
queer, the word hurled violently, nearly spat on the pavement, landing messily beside faggot and ferry and dyke, to form a dark pool of hatred and fear. Queer, a term to demean homosexuals in those times when the word homosexual was judged not to be demeaning enough on its own. Queer, used to dismiss. You are unimportant, unnecessary, worthy only of contempt. Queer, sometimes said quietly, to myself, am I this awful thing they say I am? Queer, the word had a meaning before it became a curse. Unusual, out of place, peculiar, perhaps negative in connotation, but not an epithet. But then slowly it began changing, wrestled from the haters, and claimed first by those who couldn't hide, or never bothered to hide their true selves. I'm queer. Later claimed by those who grew tired of hiding, saying to the world, you may think I'm like you, but I'm not. I'm not ordinary. No, I'm special. I'm queer. More important, it began to mark a long-sought inclusivity, breaking down past barriers between the L's, G's, B's, and T's. It welcomed those who simply didn't want to be part of the mainstream. I'm queer. The word that was oppressive in my youth is now, instead, freeing. There's a glory and beauty in being different. I'm queer. I reject your rules, your norms, your labels. I claim the term as a badge of honor. This is who I am. I'm queer. This is Larry Reming for Word of the Month.
It's not my sexual orientation that makes me queer. My heart fluttered like a frightened bird caged in my heart at the thought of yet another tech task. The ever-changing, increasing terms and terrors impale and attack like arrows. I am panicked prey, cornered, nowhere to run, yet I flee. Slain and on my side, wounded and bleeding, legs kicking, running in place to no place. QR codes, numbers, and letters line up that spell nothing. I'm forced to read and repeat, enter and upload, download, overloaded. Soul sucked out, captured and dying. I lost this one. It's not my sexual orientation that makes me queer. Yes, I lost this one. Over 50 years ago, I decided, yes, planned, fixed my college classes, major, and career to establish a life free of science and math, formulas, and numbers, to be free of what proved I was stupid. I planned a life of lovely words and pictures, poems and songs, social justice, no robots, please. 1991 was the beginning of my end. The internet invasion, followed by MySpace, email, Facebook, apps, Messenger, TikTok, and all that crock. Please, please, please make it stop. Google Docs make me sick. I held off, ran and hid from each one as long as I could. It's not my sexual orientation that makes me queer. I lost it. IT invaded everything I loved. Writing, working for justice, invaded all my lovely words, pictures, and thoughts. They will never feel so lovely again, poisoned by the anxiety of math and science, the looming fear that in the midst of my intelligence, my creativity, I will fail. Fail to upload, attach, find the file will disappear, the printer will jam, and I can't fix it. I panic and fail again, panic and fail. The only escape is to quit everything I love. I'm at the mercy of the monopoly, cornered without choices, without privacy. Enter your information to continue. It's no longer my information, and I don't even know to whom it's being given. I surely don't believe it isn't being shared. I don't want to share without knowing. Please do not post our social outing on Facebook without asking me. It ain't everybody's business. It's like having uninvited guests in my home, thousands of them. I'm waving the white flag, surrendering. I've read my poetry on social media and whatever else these platforms are called. You know, a platform used to be made of wood. I have a zillion Zoom meetings a week and even know how to use the thing. Yet my stomach still flips when it's time for me to share my screen, adding a drop of depression to what brings me joy. No, it's not my sexual orientation that makes me queer. This is Regina Dighton of Journey Writers.
We hope you have enjoyed Word of the Month, presented by Journey Writers Incorporated. Our organization provides a safe, supportive space for writers and those who want to become writers to share their work and receive constructive feedback. For more information about Journey Writers, our twice-monthly workshops, and how you can participate in the Word of the Month, please visit our website at journeywriters.org. We'd love to hear from you. Word of the Month is made possible through a generous grant from the Betty Knox Foundation.
Each month, Word of the Month airs exclusively on WQTQ-FM. And on the show, Journey Writers explores the changing ways we use words. We look at words that have had one meaning but are now being used in a different way. Using poetry, short stories, essays, and commentary, we share our thoughts about the language we use each day. We'd love to hear what you think. Do you have a comment you'd like to share about one of the words we've explored on Word of the Month? Maybe you've been thinking of a word you'd like us to explore. If so, please let us know. Perhaps you've written a poem, a short story, essay, commentary, or original song you'd like to share. And if you do, we'd love to hear from you. Visit journeywriters.org and contact us at journeywriters@journeywriters.org. Tell us what you're thinking. Send us something you've written. Your words could be featured on a future edition of Word of the Month.